Hey guys, Joshua Zamora here in another great episode in the Samurai Dojo with someone who might flip your brain a little bit because usually he's on the other side of this interview style kind of video here. But I'm here today with Mike from Maine, and many of you may have seen him quite a bit interviewing a lot of the top experts in today's industry. But now he's decided to kind of flip the coin and release his own product. So we're here to talk about his journey, how he's got to where he's got today, and a little bit about his product and what's coming up and what's involved in that. So Mike, great to have you here, and look forward to spending some time with you.
Yeah, Joshua, it's a little bit weird being on this side. I'm used to having my questions in front of me and being the one asking you questions. But yeah, I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, that's the first thing I was going to ask you is how does it feel to be on the other side of the script, for so to say, that be the one being asked questions instead of the one asking questions.
It's kind of nice. I get to talk a lot more, and when I do interviews with people, I have to kind of shut myself up sometimes. I don't want to take over the show because I've got a guest on, and I should treat them like a guest and give them all the attention. But yeah, now it's my turn, and thank you for that.
Awesome. So let's kind of get started, because since you're usually always the one interviewing people, many people might not know actually where you came from, where you got started. So what is the story of Mike from Maine? What were you doing before you got into internet marketing? And how did the transition happen from you going from whatever you were doing to looking to make money online?
Sure, I'll give you the shorter version of it, so I don't bore you. But I started back in 2004. I went to college originally. I have a major in English literature and Spanish language. So after I graduated, I ended up teaching English in Prague for a year. Now before that, I'd never been interested in anything to do with business. When I saw all the business kids at my school going to their business classes, I was like, it had the whole kind of idea of corporate America, going to a job every day, wearing a suit, and that just has never been anything that's been of any interest for me. But I ended up going and teaching English for a year, and during that time, I started realizing that surviving on a teacher's salary was really tough, and money started to look a lot more attractive to me during that time. So I ended up returning to the States after about a year in Prague, and I found out that my older brother, he's 4 years older than me, and he went to college, but he dropped out. He was making between $100,000 to $300,000 a year as an affiliate for magazines. So he would go in and he would bid for maybe Time Magazine in Yahoo Overture Advertising or AdWords at the time, and people were just like searching for Time Magazine, clicking on his link, and he would make money from that. That was amazing to me. What was important about that is when you see people online claiming that they make X amount of money, there's always that little voice in the back of your head saying, okay, is that real? Are these people really doing it? And once you meet someone that you completely trust and and they tell you that they're doing this, it just made it be like, okay, if my brother can do this, why can't I do it? So I started getting involved. I think I made my first website. It was called freetrialofferguide.com, really long name. And I started doing reviews of free trial offers. Like you'd go and you'd give your email and you'd get someone to sign up for a free iPod. If you got like 5 people to sign up for some different offers, you get a free iPod. So that was like kind of my first adventure into affiliate marketing. I did that kind of thing for a while. I ended up building up a CPA marketing business where I was promoting CPA offers over AdWords. At the time, the rules were a lot easier. I was able to build up a business where I was making around $100,000 a year for a couple years. So I lived off that. In 2008, I had a tough time in my life. I'd broken up with my girlfriend at the time, heartbroken, and I gained a bunch of weight. My face was all puffy, and I just wasn't very happy with my life. And I said, okay, if I'm making money online, I also love traveling. Why not just take my laptop and travel? So I put all my stuff in storage. I was in India for a few months, and then I ended up traveling through Turkey. And as I was traveling through Turkey, that was supposed to be 2 weeks, I ended up staying here. And I've been in Turkey for the last, 6 years now. And while I've been here, for those first couple of years, my business that I had, all my income gradually started going down because I wasn't paying attention to it. And in 2011, I was back to zero again, and I was like, okay, I need to find something to do. So I went to the Warrior Forum, and I saw that people were creating AdSense websites. So I went and I created about 750 AdSense sites, really little sites.
Wow.
Yeah, really little sites, just like targeting keywords like one of them was Cartier eyeglasses, and I would rank for that search term at the time, and people would come in, they'd click on my ads, and I'd make money from that. So by doing that and really ramping up my sites and flipping those sites at the same time, I was able to make at my peak time, it was around $12,000 to $13,000 in August, I think it was August or July of 2012. And if you want to look at my income reports, you know, Joshua, I have all those on my site everywhere. Every month I publish an income report. So all my income's out in the open. Anyways, so I did that, and in September of 2012, I remember waking up one morning and I looked at my AdSense account, and normally the line was just like going across like this. It was down, and I was like, "What's going on here? Did my AdSense account get shut down? Is it a holiday today? Like, what's going on?" I started looking for my search terms, and all the sites gone, not in Google anymore for about 95% of what I was doing, and so yeah, I lost it all overnight. I thought I'd figured everything out. I was like, this internet marketing thing's pretty easy.
Yeah, I'm rich for the rest of my life. This money's just gonna keep going.
Just keep coming in. I'll just keep on making these sites. I was already planning on. I'd bought about 200 more domains, so that I was gonna, and I had like a factory where I had all these people working for me, where I put my sites in Trello, and my outsourcer would go in, like one person had the responsibility to add content, one person had the responsibility to install WordPress, another person to build backlinks, and I had it all figured out. I was just like the big boss man, just kind of like delegating everything. It was awesome. But that all came to an end, and I had to figure out what to do again. So it's September 2012, and I'd seen all these different products coming out, just like everyone has, and on the Warrior Forum and in other places, and people claiming that they were making money and claiming they were doing this and that. So I started buying some of them, and one thing I noticed with most of them is that it seemed like a lot of these people weren't doing what they were teaching. Like some guy would teach about how to make $100 a day with Bing ads or whatever, and you'd open up the product and there would just be like a general tutorial on how to make money with Bing ads, and there's like nothing about him. I'm like, are you doing this? Like, is this something that you're doing yourself? And they're like, no, well, you know, I did it one time and I made $20 from this, and so I made a course about it.
Yeah, and then 90% of it is how to set up your Bing account.
How to set up your Bing account, and then they made a sale, and that's like their big proof of how they've done it. And now they're teaching everyone how to do it. So that was pretty discerning. Like I was like, this isn't cool. So I started reaching out to some of these guys, and I was asking them questions, and then I figured, why not do an interview with them and bring them on like you do in your dojo, and just ask them some questions like, how much money did you make yesterday? Like, you say you're making money. Like, are you still doing this? Is it something that's still working now? If they have a software product, I'd learn more about it and be able to promote it better as an affiliate. So I started doing these interviews, and I started using my affiliate link to promote with, and I started making money from it. So in the beginning, I wasn't making a lot of money. It was like, I think I made $90 or something my first month. It wasn't huge by doing this method, but over time, I started perfecting it and really figuring out ways of increasing my commissions. Sometimes I ended up instead of doing an interview, I would just do a pre-sale video where I would go and I would get the sales page, or if I could, a review copy of the product, sometimes just the sales page, and say, hey guys, this product is going to be launching tomorrow, and there's going to be an early bird discount, and if you buy through my link and you come back, I'll give you these bonuses. And by doing that, by pre-selling these offers with video, and I want to emphasize with video, because Other affiliates will do pre-selling, but they'll just send out an email. I want to make it so that I go above and beyond what other people are doing to make myself stand out. So I started doing these pre-sale videos, like I said, whether it was like a screen share or if it was an interview, and use that as a way of warming up my audience. And then once the product went live, I would also do a review of it so that people could see my take on it. And by doing this, you're producing a bunch of content, you're building authority with your audience, and at the same time, people always ask, okay, how do you get the traffic? Well, once you do this long enough and you're doing and you start becoming known, you can ask the product creators if you can put a bonus in their download area. Not everyone will do it, and it's like you need to do it in the right way, where you need to be really like thankful about it. It's a privilege, not something you should expect. But by doing that, I slowly was able to build up an email list, and my commissions were going up, and up. And in August of this year, I did $17,000 in profits from this, and then I just did my income report for September. I did close to $18,000 then. 95% of my income, affiliate commission. I'm not a product creator. Doing this product now, I was talking with Joshua before the interview. This is a lot of work for me. Like I'm freaking out a little bit about it, and Joshua's giving me some tips and whatnot. But yeah, just a couple of videos, some free traffic, and a lot of money.
Yeah, that's awesome, and it's been amazing because I follow your income reports just because I love seeing people's success, and it's amazing to have seen you grow and grow and grow month after month, and really perfect what it is that you're doing. But before we jump into a little bit more about that, let's talk a little bit more about what were the biggest struggles that you faced when you were kind of figuring out, because I didn't know that you've been around since 2004, man. You were around through all the glory days of page 1 rankings in like 2 days with just putting up content and backlinks and direct linking with AdWords. I wasn't around for any of that stuff, so and it seems like you went through a lot of shit, man. You made a lot of money, you lost it, you made a lot of money, you lost it again, and now you built it back up, and that's one thing that I admire. I mean, I definitely respect you for that, because most people would have probably quit after the first big drop. But I mean, hats off to you for sticking to it. But let's talk. What is it? Some of those things that you struggled with early on that kind of were roadblocks that you had to get over when trying to get.
Yeah, you're breaking up a little bit there. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay. So yeah, there's a lot of roadblocks along the way, and there's, I mean, like I said, like there's so many things that came along and got in my way. One way that I've been able to keep on going is that I'm really good about planning for things going wrong. Like, because things have gone wrong so many times, I'm not one of those guys that that $18,000 that I made in August, I didn't go out and buy a big screen, like a big entertainment system or anything. I took that money and I put it in the bank. Like, I really am, I'm in this for the long term, and I think that people that are doing this, if you're not treating internet marketing like a business, internet marketing, it's like, I think the definition of it is really different for a lot of people. Internet marketing is just marketing on the internet. It's just selling stuff, but through a different medium. And it's like any business, you need to be ready for things changing, rules changing. If you're not moving along and constantly learning as you're doing this, you're going to get left behind. If you're completely reliant upon Facebook ads, then something's going to change, and you're going to get left behind. If you're completely reliant upon SEO, trust me, it's going to change, and you're going to get left behind. You need to be constantly learning the new things, the new tools, the new tactics, so you can just roll with the punches. Sure, something will change, and it's actually kind of good when things change, because you lose a lot of the competition. And if you can keep on plugging along and be like, okay, this doesn't work anymore, let's see if this works, and you try out new things, try out new methods. People always talk about finding a niche that you love, and they're like, go into a passion niche. You should make something about something that you love, and I think that's partially true. You want to find something that is going to make money. You want to find a niche that has buyers and cash in it. But for me, I love internet marketing. I love everything that I do here. I love product launches and sales pages and meeting all the different people. I have a passion about it, and I'm sure you would agree with me that you've got a passion about it as well, and that's how you're able to continue on and do so well, because you're honestly interested in it. So I think I've gone off on a few tangents here, but I think you get the gist.
Yeah, no, but so some great stuff. So yeah, man, and I agree with you too. When I first started, I tried doing something with something that I loved, and the good thing is that I made money with it, but it was a niche that wasn't something that I can grow as quickly as I wanted to.
Mm-hmm.
And it was in the chess niche. The first niche site that I ever put up was for all around chess, and I love playing chess. I love talking about it. But although I did make some good money, about $100 or $200 a month with that site, it's just after a while, it's just you just have to keep growing. But there's always a starting point. There's always that point where you have to start, and once you make a little bit of money, you gain that confidence. So let's say that because you've made money, you've lost it, you've made money, you've lost it. What would you say is probably the biggest lesson that you learned, maybe from the last time that you lost everything? What was maybe the biggest lesson that you took out of that, and that you kind of tweaked to when you started rebuilding again in 2012?
Sure. I feel like you should always be trying to find another stream of income. If you have all your eggs in one basket, and you get comfortable, if you get comfortable there and you start being too reliant upon what you're doing, then you get lazy, and you eventually what you're doing will probably change or develop in a way that maybe your income will go down. Maybe your income will go away. So you should always be finding new sources of income, whether it's now, for example, when I'm practicing what I preach, I do affiliate marketing. Now I'm changing into doing a little bit of product creation. So now I'm going to have income coming in from affiliate marketing, income coming in from the product creation aspect of it, and just getting out of your comfort zone. With my product that I'm launching, I'm going to be doing a Q&A webinar for my buyers. I've never done a webinar before, Joshua. I've done so many interviews, but I've never done a webinar. And this, for me, I'm going to be getting out of my comfort zone and getting on this, and sure, I'm going to make a bunch of mistakes, and it's going to be a learning process. But if I don't do my first one, if I don't get out there and make those mistakes, then I'll never grow. And if I don't grow, then I'm just going to be stagnant and just sitting here and not making any progress.
Yeah, absolutely. I agree with that 100%. And the thing is, even if you do make these mistakes, you're always going to learn something and be able to adapt to it for the next time. And absolutely, and I know you've from following your income reports, you've also started adding some coaching and have been helping people one-on-one. So you've really started varying up where your income is coming from. So that's definitely powerful in and of itself. So let's kind of jump into the actual product, right? You've been growing your income month after month with this strategy that you've perfected. All right, so you've already touched on it a little bit, but let's talk a little bit more about what it is, why you decided to put together, what all comes inside the package and all of that good stuff.
Sure. Yeah. I mean, what it is it's broken up into a few parts. I wanted to make sure that I didn't just give people actionable stuff is great, and people want actionable stuff, but I wanted to make sure that I included inside of there the fundamentals and the backbone of my business. We go back to that Bing ads example. I can give you a method and say, Joshua, here's a method of making money and go do this. But if you don't have everything else kind of set up and your whole business set up correctly, then you're just going to have a little loophole. You're just going to have a little method, and it's not going to be a real business. I think that's where a lot of people fail. Since I have so much experience now from doing this, this business model for the last 2 years now. I feel like I am in a position of authority where I can teach it, and when I can do or give my lessons learned and what's working, what doesn't work through the course. So I go through. I start out talking about like setting up your home base, getting a blog set up or YouTube channel or whatever. And this is something where people they forget about, and they don't really. They think that they don't need it. You should have some place where people can find you online. You've got zamuraiblogger.com. That's your home online. I have MikeFromMaine.com. Some people have YouTube channels. Some people have Tumblr websites. I mean, it doesn't matter. It's just a place where you can direct people to. I also talk about knowing your numbers. I do income reports every month. I've done them since 2011. I get a lot of traffic from doing that and a lot of recognition from being honest and open about how I'm making money online. In internet marketing, way too many people are secretive about that stuff. I feel like if you're talking about income and you're claiming that you're making money online, then you need to be honest about what you're doing and really be open about it. I also talk about becoming an authority through association, providing value. A lot of that value is by doing those pre-sale videos and doing review videos. I talk about networking, how I've been able to build my list. A little bit about product creation, but as you know, I'm not a huge product creator. I have made some before, but it's not a huge part of my business. Scaling up your business and really getting started. This next part is the actionable part of it, and it's how I'm able to make $277 a day in affiliate commissions, where I go through and I'm like, okay, if you want to get started now and you want to just jump in, dive into this, you're going to have everything you need to get started with that. But while I was creating these videos, I was going and I was like, multiple times I say, if you skip the fundamentals, go back up and go over those. This is something that no one else teaches and you need to learn about if you want to have a real business. So I go through, I teach everything you need, from getting products to review, to finding the right ones, to doing little reviews about them, to doing pre-sale videos, to doing videos where you don't even have to be on camera if you want to, how to build your list, doing this for free, etc. I've got a bunch of unannounced bonuses in there, plus the Q&A webinar. So it's got a lot of stuff inside of it, a lot of stuff that I think it's time that people learn about. This whole internet marketing niche, I mean, you're great at putting out quality products. There's way too many people putting out crap and not respecting people enough to say, look, like you've obviously, most people have gone through a lot of different products, but people don't teach what's real. And I'm just trying to be like, okay, this is what a real business is. This is how much, these are the real numbers of a real business. These are what your expectations should be. Here's me on a platter. I'm an open book. Here it is.
Yeah, that's awesome, and I think that's perfect, and it's a breath of fresh air and what people actually need, because too many times, you know, like you said, there's these big income claims put out there, and there's kind of a disconnect between, you know, the fundamentals and how to actually get to that income claim that's being made. And there's a lot of gaps in between that, and I think that's where a lot of people fall off, because they don't have that full path of, you know, from the very fundamentals all the way up to, you know, how to get to that actual income. And I know that's something that I struggled with early on, until I finally found that course that had the fundamentals and then also had all the other advanced stuff that helps you to get to that income point. So if you're watching this, also just keep in mind, just because Mike made $18,000, you know, last month, for some people that number might scare you. You might think, oh, you know, I can never make $18,000 in a month. And you know, what you want to do is not think of that big number. Think of, you know, if 1,000 is what's comfortable for you, start with that. And I've talked to Mike about this, is that as you start making more money, it's amazing how your mind starts to expand. Once you make $5,000 in a month, I mean, you're gonna be a star. I mean, I remember when I made my first 5,000, I was like, holy crap. Okay, let's see if I can make 10. When I made 10, I was like, man, okay, now let's keep raising the bar. And after a while, your mind just starts expanding, and the possibilities become bigger. So
my goal for 2014, I remember at the beginning, my goal was to be making consistently $5,000 a month. I was like, if I can do $5,000 a month, that's going to be what, $60,000 a year, and that's going to be enough for me to pay my bills, to save up some money, to get a house, to get a car, all those things that we want to have. I mean, my wife, she sees my income coming in, and she starts thinking of ways to spend it. But it's like I had those goals. Now my goals are higher. Now my goals are if I want to be hitting for 2015. My goals are 20,000 a month, and if I can be consistently doing 20,000 a month, that would be great. But look at how from 2014 5 to 2015 20,000. I mean, it's huge. And let's be honest, I don't want to scare people either of these numbers. In 2013, I was happy with $2,000 to $3,000 a month. So it's no get rich quick. If anyone tries to tell you you're going to get rich quick, it's a lie. But get rich slowly, and by taking consistent action over time. I'm telling you, if you apply this method and you do it over and over and over again, and you are like one of those people that's just like, I'm not going to quit, I'm going to do this, you will get results. It's impossible not to get some sort of results with this, and the results might be different. I think we have to put disclaimers. I mean, your results may vary from ours, but yeah. you're gonna get, by taking action in anything, whether you buy this course or you buy another course, it doesn't matter. Go out, if you're interested in Kindle marketing, go buy a Kindle course and apply that. Don't make one Kindle book. Go and make a Kindle book every week, and just do it over and over and over again. And once you start seeing those results, it's the people that do it over time and that are consistent with taking action that have success. I've seen Joshua go. His business has changed tremendously in the last year, and I remember when he first started putting out products, and then it was just like products, and you've learned a lot by taking consistent action. Your income has changed, your business has changed. It's just, I mean, we're both us both sitting here. It's proof that by taking action, you can have amazing results. And we're not geniuses. Like, we're just normal guys.
Yeah, absolutely. And I remember when I started, my number was 3,000. I was like, all right, if I can make 3,000 a month, I'd be the happiest man in the world.
Same here.
Yeah, and then, you know, like you said, you just keep moving up from there. So now, for those people that might be wondering, because there's probably some people watching this and they're like, you know, man, I may not be able to do this. So can someone who's completely brand new be able to go through your course and actually, you know, be able to apply it and learn from it? Because, you know, there's some people that are in different experience levels. So could a person who's brand new go through this and be like, okay, I can learn this stuff and apply it?
100% yes. And if you were just going to do the bare minimum of it and just go out there and just do like a screen recording video, you can do it on Google Hangouts, and for free. You don't need any software to do it. It's not like you're going to get in the course and I'm like, oh, well, you need to go out and buy this $200 I don't know, like CPV lab or some kind of really expensive software. You can get started for absolutely free. I will recommend that you eventually, if you're doing internet marketing and you're serious about it, get $5 hosting and a $2 domain name, and get an Aweber or a GetResponse account. It's really cheap. You should start building your list as soon as possible. But anyone can get started doing this. You don't need to do interviews. You don't need to be on camera to do it. But I will say that, to complete full disclosure, if you can get out of your comfort zone and you can start trying to do things like getting on camera, and you can start doing things like trying to do Hangouts like you and I are doing right now, it will increase your conversions. It will make you meet a ton of people out there. Your business is going to get huge. Joshua and I wouldn't be sitting here today if we hadn't met before on a similar Hangout. And it just really, like, if I had reached out to Joshua and said, "Hey Joshua, do you want to get on the Skype with me and let me ask you a bunch of questions for an hour? I really want to know about your business," he would most likely say, "Sorry, Mike, I have a coaching program, or I have some courses that you can check out, or you can pay for an hour of my time." But if you do an interview with someone, you can get that extra information. And if you do review videos of people's products, you can get free products from them. If you start doing reviews and you start getting results with it, I always tell people, if you don't have any, if you're just starting out and you don't have any authority and you don't have any sales, approach a product creator and say, hey, be honest with them. Say, look, I don't have any sales yet. I'm just getting started. Can I do a testimonial for you in exchange for, I'll go through your product and I'll record a video testimonial or do a written testimonial for you. Could I do that? And if a person approaches me in the right way and is like nice and just like, I can understand that they're just starting out, sure, that can happen. But it's all about relationships, all about networking, all about people. No man is an island. If you try to do this business and you think that you can just sit behind your computer and the money's just going to start coming in, you're in for it, because it's not going to happen. Make relationships if you can. I know you go to a lot of events, Joshua. You've made that a kind of a big thing in your life recently, and if that's the best thing you can do. The second best thing you can do is doing interviews, and the third best thing you can do is just by reaching out to people and connecting and doing something for them. That's a huge thing. People always are thinking about me, me, me. What can you do for another person before asking? And that's a huge problem for anyone that wants to do product creation and they're trying to get JV partners. If the first time we ever speak is you saying, Mike, go and promote my product, I might look at it. But if you've done something for me before, if I know that you share my content on Twitter and you like my posts on Facebook and you've done testimonials for me and whatnot, I'm going to be so much more likely to at least look at your product and consider promoting it. Just think of what can you do for other people first, and then they'll do stuff for you in the future.
Yeah, absolutely. And I remember just thought that came to my head when you first approached me. I think it was over 2 years ago to do that first interview. I literally almost said no because I was so scared of getting on camera.
Really?
I was like, yeah, I was like, holy crap, because I just started actually doing videos, and I was like, man, this guy wants to do an interview. Like, I'm so scared. Like, well, I'm gonna get on camera. What am I gonna do? What am I gonna say? What if I screw up? And I almost said no. And then I went to your blog, and I saw that you did I think it was an interview with Chris Farrell. And Chris Farrell, some people might know that he's the guy that I originally learned from. So I was like, okay, man, Chris Farrell's on his blog. All right, let me just do it. Let me step out of my comfort zone and do this interview. And it went well. I mean, and you made sales, and it's still on there, and I still send traffic.
I still get sales from that, which is one of the cool things. You do this, and if you have a website set up, like I'll look at my PayPal one day, and I'll get sales from a promotion that I did of Joshua's like a year ago or whatever. I'll be like, oh, that's cool. Thanks, buddy. Appreciate it.
Yeah, and I still use that interview. I have it in my follow-up sequence. So. I mean, yeah, I was absolutely frightened because, again, I wasn't stepping out of my comfort zone. And once I did, I was like, okay, this isn't too bad. Once we were on the interview, I'm like, all right, it's not too bad. It's very, casual, something very just relaxing. And then once you do it more, then you start getting more comfortable. And again, your mind just starts to expand of what's out there. And now, just like you started doing all the interviews, and now you're stepping up to a webinar, and then from there you can just continue growing. So let's talk about the details: the name of the course, when it's coming out, the price points, early bird if there is any. Hopefully there is, so my people can get in there early at a discounted price. So let's talk about those details.
Sure. Affiliate Income Secrets is the price name. It's launching. Officially, the launch time is at 11 a.m. Eastern on Wednesday the 5th, but for anyone that gets in there between 9 to 11, I'm going to have an early bird discount in there. So you're going to get a significant discount during that time if you pick it up. The price is going to go up. I don't believe in false scarcity and in false, like saying the price is going to go up and then it doesn't go up. It's going to go up. And what else? But there's going to be bonuses in there, I'm sure. Other bonuses inside.
Yeah, let's talk about is there an upsell to the course?
Yes. Yeah, there are 3 different one-time offers, and I want to make it clear that if you don't want to get any of them, you don't have to make this work. So it's not one of those kind of like, here, here's the offer, then you have to buy the one-time offers. These one-time offers are designed to make it so that people who want to go to that next level and that want to really learn the technical stuff of what I'm doing and really get in there and crush it, that's why I've included them. So the first one, it's called Review Video Secrets. Inside of that course, it's going to be for people that want to have all the templates, where want to know exactly what to say when doing review videos, all the technical stuff of it. I dig into it and drill down into everything that you would ever want to know when doing these review videos. So this is also included in there, which makes this aspect of it really cool, is that I have 3 case studies. And a lot of people don't show real results. We talked about that earlier, of how people will say like, oh, I do review videos, and then they don't show what actually, like, the results and what people should expect. So what I do is I show 3 different promotions, one real promotion of the videos, the numbers that came from it, everything. One of them is just I did a review video. So a product came out, I did a review video of the product, and I used that to promote it. And then I do another example where I did a pre-sale video. So that was just one of those screen recordings telling people that the product was going to launch and about the early bird discount and everything. I did that pre-sale video, and I did a review video. So that was the second one. The third one is I show how conversions can change if you do an interview and a review video. So you got that kind of that way of seeing how numbers can change and how conversions can change by putting a little bit more into your promotions. If all you want to do is review videos, and that's enough for you, then that's you, and that's your business. But if you want to do a little bit extra and do the pre-sale videos and do a little more extra and do the interviews, then by all means do that. Second one-time offer, list building secrets. Now this is a course that I'm really proud about, and this is something that I almost didn't want to give away because it really is like big list building secrets. Like, it's stuff that I actually do. The origin of this course is that Dr. Ben Atkins put out a course called Funnel Vision. And that was a $97 course that I purchased myself. I went through it, took action, and I started making money. While building an email list, I started making money at the same time. So it's all about how you can set up all the technical stuff, how you can get everything. Like, I go through every little thing so that I think, like, okay, if my mom was going through this, my 60-year-old mom, like, would she be able to understand how this works? So I just go through all the little things of it, not leaving anything out, all the different parts that you need to have of that funnel to make it work. And then at the end, I show you 3 different examples of how to get traffic to that funnel. So real examples of how I really get traffic to my sales funnel. So again, real stuff. Third OTO and final one is going to be a course. It's called Interview Income Secrets. For those of you that understand the power of doing interviews, I know that doing that first one can be a little bit scary. So I go through in a really just a basic course about it. I didn't want to overcomplicate anything. I go through how to get guests, how to prepare for the interview, what to talk about when you first get on the call, and that little kind of pre-chat that you have with people. You don't want to just like start the interview and be like, okay, we're started, and the person doesn't even know that you're recording. So how to do that, how to do the technical recording aspects of it, how to take the recording when you're done and edit it. If you're on a PC or you're on a Mac, it's going to change for there. So I give a bunch of different ways that you can do that. How to set up a Hangout, etc. So going through all of that is something that is going to be, once you go through it, you're going to go, man, this wasn't as hard as I thought it was. These guys aren't as smart as I thought these guys were really, really smart. They're doing something that's really, really simple. So that's the full sales funnel right there. And I want to just say again that it's different levels are going to be for different people, but I'm proud of all the different aspects of it, and anyone that wants to take it to that level, to that upper level, are going to be interested in picking up those one-time offers. But at least check out the front-end offer, the one on the sales page, as I think if you go through that course, you're going to definitely say, okay, like this guy really is doing what he's doing, and there's definitely a lot of stuff to be learned.
Yeah, absolutely, and I think that's one thing that's very powerful, is that you know, you're a straight shooter. You're not holding anything back. You know, people can see from this interview alone that you're 100% honest in what you do, what's working, what's not working, and pretty much that's where you're going to be out. You're going to be basing your course off of that, which is your results.
Yep.
which is definitely a breath of fresh air that people are actually going to be able to see inside of your business. And not only that, but you're transparent about everything that you do. And I think that's what's on breath of fresh air as well, is that on your blog, people can see your income reports. You're not hiding anything.
Mm-hmm.
This course is pretty much just going to expose everything about what you're doing. And I 100% recommend picking up the entire funnel because it definitely seems like each product is a product in and of its own. And you're going to learn something very, very powerful in each one, because list building is very, very important. Interviewing, like you said, it's very, very important as well. I've made a ton of money just from these simple interviews, and it's something that once you get to that comfort zone and that comfort level where you want to keep going, stretch yourself more, getting on video, getting on camera, doing interviews is very powerful. So if you're watching this, I definitely recommend picking up the whole funnel. But let's quickly talk about the price point, because I know it's going to be a brain dead offer, no-brainer offer of what you're going to be offering on the front end. So right at that 9 o'clock hour, what can people expect in the price point?
If they get there at that 9 o'clock time, they're going to get it at $7, which is ridiculously cheap.
That is insane. That is.
I'm going to be raising that. It's not going to be like that forever. So I will be raising that. The official launch period is going to go until Sunday. On Sunday evening, I'm going to raise that price all the way up to $17. So if you want to wait, go ahead and pay more in the future. I don't want you to, but I hope that you can see the value in it and just grab it when it's cheap like that. Like, it's less than a meal at a McDonald's.
Yeah, absolutely. Less than a lot of things out there for $7. That is crazy value, especially for the stuff that you're going to be learning. I mean, you're literally going to be getting an insider's look at how Mike has built his business from losing everything not once but twice, and building it back up to $18,000 in a single month. So guys, Mike, thank you for being here. I mean, guys, if you're watching this, pay attention. Look out for my email at 9 o'clock tomorrow, the 5th. I'm going to be sending out not only this video, but also a link to that early bird, so you can get in there for just $7. And also make sure you pick up the upsell offers as well. I mean, you're not going to want to miss out on all the technical stuff, because I know that that's some things that can prevent us from taking action, is maybe one thing that you're not sure about. So you want to make sure you get all of that insider's information, that advanced stuff that some of us maybe try to avoid sometimes, but it's stuff that you really need to know. So make sure you get in there. And the list building stuff, I mean, that's just, I can't talk more about that, because it's this vital thing. It's a vital part of your business that you always should be building your list. I talk about it all the time. So make sure you pick that up, and also pick up the interviewing secrets, because he's going to give you pretty much everything, how to set up everything that you need to run a successful and a smooth interview process. So Mike, thank you again for being here. Always a pleasure, and kind of fun having you on the other side of the coin here.
No, I really enjoyed it. It was nice to be on this end for once.
Awesome. So guys, look out for my email, and I look forward to you guys getting your hands on Affiliate Income Secrets.